Hello and welcome back to Jack Knives Reviews. I'm of course your host, Jack Knives, and welcome back to Crow Month. This will be our final film that we look at before the remake, and I give my overall thoughts on where I think they should be ranked. So look forward to that video pretty soon. Now we get to, unfortunately, the bottom of the barrel. The film that was so bad it didn't even get a theatrical release, but instead went straight to DVD. A film that is the textbook definition of a cash grab. This is Crow, Wicked Prayer. Jimmy Cuervo is paroled after serving a prison sentence for killing a rapist in a fight. He lives on the Raven Aztec Reservation with his girlfriend Lily. The place is also home to a satanic biker gang led by Luke Death Crash and his fiancée Lola. The gang round up and kill Jimmy and Lily in order to reawaken the Antichrist. Jimmy, having now been resurrected by the Crow, seeks revenge for both him and Lily, using all of his powers to take out the satanic biker gang once and for all. It's almost bizarre how something could simultaneously almost work and yet be so far away from working. What I mean by that is this story, the concept, it can work. It's actually got a great idea buried deep within. Unfortunately, it's a Crow movie. Doesn't quite fit the feel in any way of a Crow film. Edward Furlong is the first problem. The height of his drug-induced stupor, clearly way past Terminator 2 days, plays the main character named Jimmy Cuervo. Okay, you were pushing the names and it fell off a cliff. Jimmy Cuervo. Really? That's what you came up with? I mean, here I am with my hair dripping wet to give that ambiance, wearing leather and gloves, and I look silly, I get it. But even I am not as stupid as a name like Jimmy Cuervo. Oh, and it gets worse. So you have actors like David Boreanaz in his early days, post-Angel. Okay, didn't expect to see him as the main villain, but I'm cool with it. You have a bunch of actors who would go on to do really good stunts and roles, and they're Confederate soldiers and Satan-worshipping biker gang on a native reservation, and yet there's almost no natives in the whole movie? And the ultimate, the B-movie kiss of death herself, Tara Reid. Now, I'm sure Tara Reid's a nice person, although she's been given a short end of a stick ever since the American Pie days. But every single film she's in outside of that franchise, it's just a kiss of death. That's all it is. It's either so undergroundly cult beloved, or it's hot steaming garbage, and unfortunately this movie falls in the latter. Action doesn't work, the setting doesn't work, the lighting doesn't work, the cast is all just a mishmash of actors just trying. You ever seen a production where actors are given nothing to work with and they're trying so hard to make it work? Almost feels good. Almost, but it just can't. That's this movie. And it's clear Edward Furlong doesn't want to be there. I've never seen a person simultaneously playing an undead person and yet also a person who's so bored he doesn't care. Oh no, hey, I'm gonna go after you. Stop it. That's him. That's how he is in the whole movie. I'm blown away. I heard this was a bad movie. And I knew it was a bad movie. I didn't know it was this bad. Like, wow. This is really bad. I'm kind of astounded how much went into this for nothing, essentially. I can see why this killed the franchise. I really can. I feel like, I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. And the funny thing is, I watch this movie and I go, at least, I'm just begging for the new movie that's going to come out soon. Or it has come out. I'm not sure when this video is going to come out. I'm just hoping that the new movie, it has to be better than this movie. It has to. And if it does that, I'll at least know it wasn't a complete waste of my time. I give The Crow Wicked Prayer 1 out of 5. Before I go, I want to give 2 quick shout outs. The first being to, of course, James O'Barr himself, the creator of the original comics, and his run that is, I believe, still going on in different iterations to this very day. And without his work, really, this franchise wouldn't exist. And it is a fantastic series. If you haven't gotten a chance to read it, I would check out the original story. It's good to see the original movie told in a different perspective. I also want to give another shout out to Crow's Stairway to Heaven. It's the television show that only lasted 1 season. Eric Draven is played by Mark Dacascos, who is an actual good friend of Brandon Lee and is also a pretty well-known martial artist. It has a great production value, and it's a very hidden gem that, honestly, I think it could work today, but just, it was very of its time, but it kind of adds a lot of charm to it, so maybe check those 2 out. Well, that's all for Crow Month. Eventually, I will give my thoughts on the new Crow and give a quick ranking of the 5 movies in total. As for me, it's back to the old stuff once again. Till then, I'll see you next time.